Good to
Are we
go.
good, Alexis? Are we on?
Yep, you're on.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for spending some time with me today. My name is Wyatt. I'll introduce myself a bit here in a minute, but this is day 2 of our virtual spring study abroad fair. And today we're going to check out the first half of our Loyola semester exchange programs. Yeah, that's right. So a couple of event notes before we get started, just so we're all on the same page. This event is intended to be an introductory overview of our Loyola exchange programs. We won't get super in-depth into any one program. I will touch on some key details to know. But questions about specific programs or general study abroad info are more than welcome at any time during the presentation. You are automatically muted, so the ways that you can submit your questions are via the chat, which only me and other CIE staff can see, and then also by clicking the raise your hand button, and then we can unmute you for your question. So, why study abroad? I think at some point it's a question that everybody has to answer for themselves. That's a good place to start. Why should study abroad be a thing that's on your radar? Why should you spend valuable mental energy thinking about whether or not study abroad is for you? There are several different reasons why study abroad might be, a great experience for you. One thing that I always point out is that the research kind of indicates that it is in fact a super valuable thing. One famous study was done with people who have done study abroad programs as far as 50 years ago. And, they asked the people, what was the one college experience that really stuck with you, that really impacted your life? And most of them ended up saying that study abroad had the strongest enduring impact on their lives. And that's even when they did a study abroad program 50 years ago, right? And if you think about it, that means that for people who do study abroad, it's not the wonderful courses that they take in their major or the fantastic professors that they work with, although those are all great things, right? It's that time that they spent abroad, immersed in another culture, exploring themselves, exploring the world. And so that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm talking to you today about study abroad programs. So almost in a graduating class at Loyola, we see almost a third of that class graduating with some type of study abroad experience. And we're actually pretty proud of that because the national average for study abroad in a 4-year program is about 16%. So if you do the math real quick, we're almost double that. We're very proud of that, and we're always looking to improve on our numbers. So what are semester exchange programs? Well, at a glance, they look like this. You're going to go to a Loyola partner university to study and live like a regular student. I always tell people it's like you're here, but you're there, right? You enroll directly and take a full load of courses with host national or other international students. So a lot of intercultural interactions. For exchange programs, there are different eligibility criteria. The GPA requirement varies. It's usually 2.75, could be a bit lower, could be a bit higher depending on the program. And you usually have to be a junior standing by credit. Now, some programs will make exceptions for sophomores, but in general, again, you need to be a junior to go on a semester exchange. Many students, for whatever reason, have the misconception that they must take classes that are in their major. I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. You can take anything that's on your DPCL as long as it works into your DPCL. And so that includes major credits, minor credits, Loyola core, or even electives. So if you want to save up a bunch of electives and take them all in a semester or a year abroad, you can do that as long as it works for your DPCL. And finally, a semester exchange program is a unique chance to immerse yourself in another culture for an extended amount of time. excuse me, dealing with a tail end of some bronchitis. So please bear with me as I cough and drink water throughout the meeting. So in general, in terms of cost and finances, you're going to be billed the same amount per Loyola tuition that you pay in a regular semester at Loyola, but room, board, and other costs will vary according to program. So room and board might be up here in one program and it might be down here in another program. All depends on what you're looking at. Every dollar of your current scholarships and financial aid can be applied towards Loyola exchange. And in addition to what you already receive, there are scholarship opportunities. Two of which I'll highlight right here are the Fund for Education Abroad and the Gilman, which is only for Pell recipients. Now, if you end up applying to a program, I'll talk to you in more detail about these two opportunities, but I just want you to know that outside opportunities do exist, and we do have Loyola students get money almost every application cycle. So let's start by highlighting our first program, and that is the University of Amsterdam in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, or UVA, or UvA as it is known locally in the Netherlands. UVA offers courses in the following faculties: business and economics, humanities, psych, social and communication sciences, and STEM. And the trick with UVA is that students must have at least one academic year of coursework to be admitted to the faculty. So in other words, if you've never taken any humanities courses in your degree program and you want to take a bunch of core or electives in humanities, probably not going to be admitted to the Faculty of Humanities. So you do need to have at least one academic year of coursework in the faculty that you want to be admitted to. There is no language requirement. You don't have to know a lick of Dutch to go. Courses are, several courses are offered in English, and English is widely spoken in the Netherlands, as well as surrounding region of Europe. Of course, it always helps to know some Dutch, and you have plenty of opportunity to learn, but you don't have to know any Dutch. The academic environment is considered quite rigorous when compared to, let's say, your typical US university academic environment. And we tell Loyola students who are interested in UVA that they really need to be, quote unquote, independent learners, very self-motivated, very self-directed, because you may not get the same support or interaction with your UVA professors as you do with Loyola professors. Okay. Students are generally allowed to take only one course outside of their declared faculty. So there is a little bit of flexibility, but for the most part, you should expect to take the majority of your courses in the faculty that you're admitted to. UVA does help students coordinate privately owned housing off campus. They don't have any on-campus dorms or anything like that, but they will work with you to coordinate housing. The UVA campus is very close to the city center, so you're kind of in all the action. And then Amsterdam as a city is known as a very progressive and of course rich with history. So now I'll play a quick little video and we'll hear from some people at UVA.
Selamat pagi, saya dari Malaysia.
Namaste, napero Akashraj.
Ich sind die Romania. I'm Sally.
Und ich komme aus Deutschland.
我是婉婷，我来自中国。I think Amsterdam is a very vibrant city.
It's crazy. Like when I go biking through the city or just going for a run in the parks, every now and then it'll just like pop into my mind, wow, this is such an amazing place that you live in.
I love Amsterdam because it's a vibrant and creative city.
The Dutch culture is very open and welcoming, and it's ideal for the international students.
Amsterdam is an international and tolerant city where you may always feel comfortable to speak English.
It's also really conveniently located within Europe. For example, to get back to London, it's 40 minutes airtime for me.
First of all, people are very open to feedback. and you can be critical, and especially if you are constructive. And it can be seen even in University of Amsterdam because students' feedback is taken very seriously.
So what excites me the most about studying at the UFA is that most of the courses are taught by experts. It gives a very deep insight about the field. Each day I'm challenged to do better and improve myself.
What I like the most at UFA is the high quality of education.
My program, Media and Information, is ranked in the top 3 in Europe. So this definitely means a lot of challenges, but also amazing work prospects.
They have some great courses, really international environment.
Well, it's fantastic. I've been blessed with a great group of friends from all around the world. They basically reach from Asia to South America.
So we do send, about every year we send a couple of students to UVA. We have a peer advisor working in our office now who went to UVA. So if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to connect you with Loyola UVA alum. Any questions about UVA before we move on to the next one? Okay, I'm not hearing anything. So our next program to highlight is ACU, which is Australian Catholic University. Excuse me. Now they have multiple campuses, not just one, and those campuses are located in Brisbane, Melbourne, and Sydney, Australia. From an academics perspective, they do have multiple campuses, but now mostly have the same course availability. That wasn't so true in the past. It's more and more true every year. So some types of subjects that they offer are performing and studio arts, business, exercise sciences, humanities, of course, information tech, and they're a good STEM and environmental sciences school. Students who go to ACU have a lot of flexibility to take different kinds of courses, not like UVA where you're kind of constrained into one faculty. ACU offers you a lot of flexibility to choose different courses. They do offer also some unique auxiliary experiences as well. So if you're doing a study abroad program and you also are interested in doing a follow-on internship in the summer, for example, they offer that. So it's a really great opportunity for you to be immersed in the Aussie work culture, to develop, work skills that you may not have, but you want heading out of college. Intercultural communication skills, which employers always look for. And then if you're interested in maybe, moving to Australia after Loyola, it's a great opportunity for making some Aussie industry networking contacts. They do also offer a community engagement program. It's basically kind of a volunteer/service learning opportunity. They have several different community engagement opportunities. So what I'll mention here is just they tend to have a social justice focus. So I'll share a couple of videos with you now. The first one is a student talking about his environmental sciences experience, and then the second one is just a look in their accommodations.
My name is Bradley Mogridge, and I studied a Bachelor of Environmental Science at ACU. My current role is with the New South Wales Office of Water, and I'm currently the Program Manager of the Aboriginal Water Initiative team. My family comes from near the McIntyre River, and water is a key part of why I did science. And I think trying to protect water places and knowledge that our old people have is crucial to our existence and our future. So we need to protect the past, but also look to the future. As the first Aboriginal person in my family as well in the course to graduate as an environmental scientist, it was a significant day. The best part of my job is I get to say that I manage the only Aboriginal water unit in Australia. And that's pretty exciting, I think. Also, it allows me to look at science, but also look at traditional knowledge and finding pathways for them to meet in the middle and hopefully better manage the country. ACU has allowed me to live my dream, to be a scientist, to make a difference, and obviously test the boundaries. Coming from that degree, I see some of the lecturers now that are professionals. I see the students that graduated with me are making a difference as well, and I think ACU can be attributed to that. As an Aboriginal scientist, it's quite lonely. So I'm trying to influence the next generation to hopefully consider taking on science. It's important to know who you are, where you've come from, and that will sometimes guide you where you're going.
I share that video just to highlight two of the subjects that our students are usually extremely interested in for ACU. One is kind of Australian culture, Indigenous cultures, Aboriginal cultures, and the other would be environmental sciences, as Australia is really interested in, you know, water preservation and things like that. And the next video. If I could back up a couple of slides here, I do want to mention ACU does have multiple campuses, and you know, if you're interested in ACU, I guess what I would tell you about this is, I guess think of Brisbane as more like San Diego, Melbourne is more like San Francisco, and Sydney is more like LA. I don't know if that's helpful for anybody, but yeah, there you go. Questions about ACU from Alexis? You see anything in the window yet?
Nope, no questions so far.
Let's keep rolling. Our next program to highlight is the University of Birmingham in Birmingham, UK. Birmingham is, sorry, not Birmingham, Birmingham. Birmingham is a highly regarded university in the UK and Europe. They offer a wide range of subjects, including business, computer sciences, drama and theater arts, which I bolded because those are really popular with Loyola students. English lit and creative writing, humanities, social sciences, and also STEM and environmental sciences as well. Like UVA in the Netherlands, the academic environment at Birmingham, I would consider to be much more rigorous than, that's a bad way to put it. Independent is what I usually tell students they need to feel like when they are looking at Birmingham, meaning you really need to be self-directed, self-motivated. It's probably fair to expect that you'll have less support and or interaction from your professors, and so your classes may also look very different. You're not doing homework every week. You may have 1 or 2 big assignments or tests during the semester, and that's where your grade comes from. So that's why we say great for students who feel like they're independent learners, self-directed, self-motivated. The GPA requirement here, as a result of that academic environment, we set at 3.0. And of course, it's the UK, so there really is no language requirement involved, though there will be a period of adjustment to the Birmingham accent. most likely. I mentioned that Birmingham is highly regarded, and that's true. And one of the reasons why is because they have produced 8 Nobel Prize winners. Students are guaranteed housing in UOB student villages if they apply. You're not required to coordinate your housing with UOB, but it's there if you want it. And then finally, Birmingham is UK's 2nd largest city, and it has a really great performing arts scene. So now let me share a campus tour video with you.
Hi, I'm Courtney, and I'm a student here at the University of Birmingham. Welcome to our campus. We're a Russell Group university found in the leafy suburbs of Edgbaston in Birmingham. As you'll see, we have a beautiful green campus with lots of open space and red brick buildings. We'll start our tour in Chancellor's Court. Here you'll find Old Joe, our clock tower, which was built in 1909. It's home to a pair of peregrine falcons and is the tallest freestanding clock tower in Europe. This is the Aston Webb building. It was one of the first buildings built here in 1900. It's built from Accrington red brick, which led to the term Red Brick University, of which Birmingham was the first. We were also the first campus university. Inside, there's a whispering gallery above reception in the Aston Webb, and 9 life-size figures over the entrance doors representing great thinkers through the ages. They reflect subjects taught at the university and cultural heritage. This is the Great Hall. Students sit exams here. And this is also where graduation ceremonies are held. Just down the corridor is the Student Hub, which is home to a wide range of student support facilities, with experts to help if you need any support with funding, mental health and wellbeing, or disability services. The Bramall Music Building opened in September 2012 and is an extension to the Aston Webb building. It houses a 450-seat music auditorium and is named after a major alumni donor. The Green Heart is a 12-acre parkland in the centre of campus. It's a beautiful space for students, staff and the local community to enjoy, and provides space for performances, socialising, meeting and studying throughout the year. The main library is one of 6 libraries across campus in the region, and it's open 24/7 during term time and has all sorts of different types of study spaces, including silent rooms, group study rooms and relaxing spaces. The Teaching and Learning Building is a great space for students. It has lots of study space and has 2 large lecture theatres. All of the interactive spaces make it great for group projects. The Guild is the students' union for every student here. It is a registered charity that exists to bridge the gap between students and the university institutions and to ensure students are represented and supported independent of their degree. All students are automatically a member of the Guild. University of Birmingham Sport and Fitness caters for all levels and abilities, whether you're a beginner or elite athlete. There's something for everyone, whether it's fitness classes, trying a new sport, playing with friends, or joining a club and playing for the university. The university is brimming with culture and there's plenty to explore and enjoy. The Barber Institute of Fine Arts is one of Europe's finest small art galleries, and it's free for students. It's home to lots of paintings by artists including Monet, Van Gogh and Picasso. This is the Lapworth Museum of Geology. It has over 250,000 specimens, including fossils, minerals, and even a dinosaur skeleton. Up near the station, we have the Collaborative Teaching Laboratory, which brings together practical teaching activities across a broad range of science and engineering disciplines. It has a wet lab, dry lab, and e-lab. And just next to it is the Learning Centre, where there are plenty of computer clusters. Birmingham is lucky to have our own railway station on campus, aptly called University. You can catch a train into the centre of Birmingham in about 8 minutes from here. Just over the road is our medical school. Birmingham Medical School is a community of learning, teaching and research that opened in 1825 and has an impressive range of facilities. It's adjacent to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, and due to our central location in Birmingham, we're able to offer accessible placements for all students. You'll also find plenty of amenities on campus. There are banks and cash points, a post office, and even a hair and beauty salon in the centre of campus. And of course, plenty of spaces to eat and drink all over. From tea and cake to burgers, salads and tapas, there's something to suit all tastes and budgets. You'll find everything you need right here. We hope you enjoyed looking around our beautiful campus, and we hope to see you here soon.
Very classically British feeling university experience, I think. Birmingham. Questions about Birmingham in the chat or from anywhere else?
No questions in the chat.
One of our extremely new exchange partnerships is with Chung-Ang University in Seoul, South Korea. There's a picture of the campus there. So Chung-Ang actually has 2 campuses, and what you want to study kind of determines where you'll go. There is a little bit of overlap. On the Seoul campus is where you'll find most of their courses, which include Korean language and culture courses, which are very popular for Loyola students just interested in Korean culture immersion. But you also find business, computer and natural sciences, humanities and social sciences. Excuse me. And then there are even graduate level courses in international studies that are available as long as you get written permission from the department, and you can only take 6 credits of that max. So if you're an international relations student, you may be able to get some of those graduate level courses taken. At the Ansong campus, you'll find art and technology, so that's like graphic design and computer design stuff, biotechnology and natural resources, and then also sports sciences. The great thing about Chung-Ang and also most Korean exchanges is that there is no Korean language requirement at either campus. You'll be able to find several of the courses that you need offered in English, and you're not going to feel lost not knowing any Korean at all. Again, we certainly recommend that you learn as much Korean as you can before you go, but in terms of your university experience, you don't need to know any. So what is unique about Chung-Ang is that they do offer 2 special scholarship/internship opportunities for our exchange students. That's pretty rare for Loyola exchanges. So if you want to go to Chung-Ang, you're definitely eligible for this scholarship/internship opportunity. They do offer on-campus housing. It's available for anyone who applies for it. You're not required to go through university housing, but it's there if you want it. And while Seoul is a major world city, what we're finding is that Loyola students can potentially save money by going to CAU, particularly in the room and board area, especially if you are an on-campus, or if you're living on campus at Loyola. You'll probably save a good deal of money on room and board at Chung-Ang University. Here's a quick video.
Shots from the fireworks roaring, the sounds of the party. And the arrows are drawn, the sergeants on the saddle. They think the popularity's a lot of give and take. You don't know how we push and pull, but I know we'll never break. Bang, the shots, but I like the way you feel too late to leave these walls. This castle's been surrounded, and you stay to watch it fall around us. Bring the big guns, shoot now. Make the big shots, we out. Troops on the map and your allies and your tribes are telling you to leave me. They won't see my plan of attack, cause this is our fight. Love is not the enemy. Everything that you can.
So that video goes on for a little bit, but I think you kind of get the idea of what a semester in Seoul might look like for you, especially if you saw that huge fried crab thing. Maybe that's cool for you and you want to go do that. If not, I understand, but plenty of other things to do in Seoul, one of the world's biggest metropolitan areas. No, don't do that again. Stop. There we go. Okay. Remember, questions are welcome at any time. If you have any questions, feel free to submit them via chat or raise your hand and we can unmute you. Since I'm not hearing anything, we'll move on to, I'm not going to try that Spanish because I'll embarrass myself. This university is known as Comillas. Comillas does have, it looks like we have a hand raised, actually. So before I get into Comillas, why don't we see what question we have? Alexis, are you able to unmute our questioner?
Yep, I just unmuted Augustus.
Sure.
Thank you. Is Chung-Ang Study Abroad, is there a program compatible with digital filmmaking majors?
Potentially. We can definitely take a look. You know, it really depends on precisely what kind of credits you need for your digital filmmaking credits. But that's certainly something we would look at in depth in an advising appointment, for example.
Okay.
So for now, I'd say I suspect they may have something that would work for you.
Okay. And I'm still fairly open on my TPCL because I'm just a freshman. So.
Oh, then great. You have plenty of flexibility and good job for starting your planning so early.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Comillas University is, well, Comillas and their business faculty called ICADE. This is one of probably our most popular Loyola exchanges. Located, both faculties, Comillas Humanities faculty and ICADE business faculty are located in Madrid, Spain. Though not right next to each other. So the Comillas Faculty of Humanities is located kind of outside of the Madrid city center. In fact, it's about a 45-minute train commute from there. I've not ever heard any students say that it was a really terrible commute or unbearable or made the whole experience terrible. They say it's fine. You'll get used to it. In fact, you can do your homework or read or check out the latest Loyola Study Abroad podcast on your train ride if you want. It's kind of a relaxing experience. But at the Comillas Faculty of Humanities, they offer humanities, obviously. You can get core credits there, and you can also get, your general electives taken care of there. They do offer Spain-focused courses. That includes, Spanish language courses and or Spanish, i.e. Spain, Spanish history, culture, that type of thing. They offer global communications and international relations and things like philosophy, poli-sci, and psych. So if you're a humanities major, and you have some Spanish and you're interested in Spain, which many people are, then Comillas might be a great option for you to explore more. If you are a business major, ICADE is a fantastic school in the city center of Madrid. So whereas the Faculty of Humanities is on the outskirts of Madrid, ICADE is in the city center. So it's only for business majors, and they do offer subjects like accounting, finance, management, marketing. You can also find some Spanish language courses and some Spanish culture courses there in ICADE, things that may satisfy some of your core requirements as well. 2 semesters of Spanish or equivalent is required in order to go. We want you to feel comfortable navigating Madrid, which is a huge city. And we think a good start is having 2 semesters of Spanish. But courses at Comillas and ICADE are offered both, in either English or Spanish. So, if you're not super confident in your Spanish, you're certain to find courses in English that will work for you. Students do arrange their own housing in Madrid. Comillas doesn't offer on-campus dorms or Comillas-affiliated housing. You do have to work that out by yourself. But Madrid is an amazingly popular European city. It's a cultural capital of food, art, architecture, and a lot of other things. And so students really love the idea of Madrid. Here's a quick video.
In Glasgow, I study international business with finance and Spanish, and I'm here this year to improve my level of Spanish.
I chose to study at Comillas because I am a Spanish student at the University of Strathclyde, and I wanted to have the opportunity to study Spanish in a foreign country, so Madrid was the perfect option.
It's an internationally recognised university in Spain and all over the world, and I thought it would be really good to benefit my chance of getting a good job when I'm older, and I wanted to interact with Spanish students and improve my level of Spanish.
Also, Comillas is well known across the world for its subjects, and ICADE was the perfect business school for me to come to, and it makes it even better that it's in the centre of Madrid.
As well as, I think, learning my business subjects here, like finance and management operations, will be much different, and I think it will just be really good to improve for the future.
Throughout my experience here, I've gained a lot. So I've met a lot of new friends, both Spanish and international students as well, from around the world. So from America, from Ireland, and also from South America.
I have interacted with a lot of Spanish students in classes, so I think so far my language skills have improved. I've learned loads of new words, and also I've gained more confidence in my speaking, as well as I think I've just became I've just bettered my skills that I had before coming here.
If I were to choose one thing that I'll take from this experience is the attitudes of the students at Comillas. They've all been very welcoming and willing to help you.
If I were to choose something to take with me from Comillas, I would take the student unity with me to Strathclyde.
So what I would take from Comillas and implement to Strathclyde would be the smaller classrooms and the teaching styles. I think in Comillas I love the style of teaching, and the teachers are all very, very helpful, and it's more personal.
Different facilities for the students, to socialise and interact. There's some bars which I think the Spanish students would enjoy between classes or after, and also there's a student shop and places to eat, etc. I would recommend Comillas University to other international students because I think that everyone is really welcoming, especially if you are an international student. You settle in fairly quickly. The Spanish students are willing to speak with you to practice their English or for you to practice Spanish.
Hola, soy Caitlin, soy escocesa y recomiendo estudiar en Comillas porque Madrid es una ciudad muy bonito y muy buena también.
I know that was a Scottish accent, but I hope what they were talking about came through loud and clear. Again, Comillas, one of our most popular Loyola exchanges. One of our peer advisors that's working in my office this year actually went to Comillas, so if you have more questions, I can connect you with her. Okay, how many credits are students expected to take? A question from Jada. I guess the general answer, Jada, is that students are expected to be full-time enrolled wherever they go. So that may look like different things at different programs, but you need to, the credits that you're taking at your program abroad need to equal 12 or more Loyola credits. So I hope that helps. You need to be full-time. Yeah, exactly. 12 credits or more, 12 Loyola credits or more, which may be a different amount of credits at your host program depending on the country. But yes, 12 Loyola credits or more, got to be full-time. And that's generally for scholarship and financial aid purposes. So the next program that we're going to highlight is the University of East Anglia in Norwich, UK. There's a lovely picture of the campus and their famous student dorms there called the ziggurats. Excuse me. So East Anglia offers a wide range of subjects, including business, digital filmmaking. So for the student who asked about digital filmmaking earlier, this is I've bolded it here because they have a really great digital filmmaking program, and we often send our digital filmmaking majors to East Anglia because they end up loving it so much. English Lit and Creative Writing also is a really great and unique program for our Loyola English majors. But they'll also offer humanities, social sciences, and STEM as well. I would describe UEA as being very similar to Loyola in terms of size and support and community. You'll really get that kind of smaller school, tighter knit feel at UEA than compared to Birmingham, for example, which is a giant school, you know, thousands of students, right? So East Anglia is a lot more like Loyola. But the academic environment, like all universities in the UK, is considered rigorous, and students must feel that they are good independent learners, self-motivated, self-directed, something like that. It's a great option for creative arts majors. I highlighted digital filmmaking and English Lit and creative writing. They do also have, I believe, a drama and theater program. And of course, UK, no language requirement, but again, probably an accent to get adjusted to in your first month or so there. Check out a chat question from Melissa. Is this a good option for music students? And if not, will you be highlighting any of those today? Melissa, when you say music students, do you mean like music studies, music therapy, music performance? And I'll wait for you to get back. In terms of music students, I think probably there will be one or two that I mentioned today and one or two that I mentioned tomorrow. Music performance, yeah. So music performance, I will mention a couple today, and certainly probably at least one tomorrow, absolutely. You're welcome. So on-campus housing at UEA is available to students who apply for it. You'll see those kind of zigzag buildings down there. That's where you can live. Norwich is a UNESCO city of literature, so lots of literary culture happening in history there, and a very lively performing arts and literature scene as well. So here's a quick campus tour by drone. So you can see UEA is not a gigantic campus like Birmingham. Does kind of look like it could be next to Audubon Park a little bit. So, I mean, the similarities between UEA and Loyola are there. Great school, great all-around program. I love sending students here, and I've never heard anyone have a bad experience at UEA. So remember, questions can be submitted via the chat or by raising your hand. And with that, I will move on to ESADE Business School in Barcelona, Spain. This is only for business majors. I'm sorry if you're not a business major. But for business majors, you can find subjects including business, finance, management, marketing, and also you can get some of your Loyola core and certainly your general electives taken care of at ESADE. ESADE is actually a very highly regarded business school. Some would refer to it as an elite business school in Europe. 2 semesters of Spanish or equivalent proficiency are required. Excuse me. So we want you to be able to interact with Barcelona while you're there. So we do require 2 semesters of Spanish. Courses, however, are available in either English, or if you're confident enough in your Spanish, you can take courses in Spanish. Or if you really want to get crazy, you can take some courses in Catalan, which for those of you who don't know, Catalunya is the area of Spain, the region of Spain where Barcelona is located, and has a distinct culture kind of separate from inland Spain in a lot of ways. ESADE is a real great option for international business majors. And also I know international business majors do have kind of an international a study abroad or international internship requirement. This of course would fulfill that, and probably the best way to fulfill that if you ask me. ESADE does offer student housing in ESADE-owned residence halls. You have to coordinate that with their international office, but it's there if you want. You're not required to do that though. The thing to understand about ESADE is that it is in a small, I'll call it a suburb, I guess, of Sant Cugat, which is a 60-ish minute train ride from Barcelona city center. Again, you're taking a train out there. Students get used to it really quickly. Nobody complains about it. It ends up being fine. And Barcelona is a lively cultural capital on the Mediterranean Sea. Lots of sun, lots of fun things to do. It's a great place. Here's a quick video.
Hi, my name is Isabel. I'm Dutch.
Well, my name is Marcos. I'm 18 years old and I studied in Barcelona.
I'm Maxime Jacot. I'm French.
My name is Cheyenne Blaisdell. I'm from the United States. My name is Leah Victoria Gottwald. I'm 18 and I'm German, and it's been going great.
The reason, first of all, I chose ESADE is because it provides us with very high quality education.
Entrepreneur mindset, so then I can perceive some lack in the market.
I've always been passionate about the world that surrounds business and finance on an international perspective. So I think management for me, especially at ESADE, will help me follow this career path.
I think ESADE will give me many different tools. The most important ones are that necessary knowledge in the business field.
For example, how to create a business and how to manage this business, and also how to create a network of people with whom I can communicate with and create my business with. International diversity for me is bringing together different cultures.
This whole population of students from all over the world that gather here.
Such as Taiwan, Bulgaria, Morocco, Denmark.
California, France, Italy, Russia, from everywhere.
And people speak around 17 languages.
They promote international diversity because they want us to create businesses that can reach to places all around the world.
They propose you the best balance between the social life and high-level students.
The positive relationship with the staff. I really feel like at ESADE, our voice is heard and the student voice is important.
We have to do new projects and working together in groups, and it's very challenging, I would have to say.
Is being confronted with people from different nationalities on a day-to-day basis.
There's really a balance between work and social life, but at the same time, we have the time and to also concentrate on ourselves.
With its multidimensional and international mindset, it will prepare us well for the future, and I will give ESADE the chance to inspire my future.
I'm really sporty and active. I like to play football, and I also like to run, to go out of the residence and go to the gym, for example.
Barcelona means a lot to me. I love the language. I just started to learn Spanish. It's such a cool culture, and there's so much going on. It never gets boring.
Everybody is coming together in Barcelona, and you just get to experience a whole new lifestyle.
It's a place where it's sunny, where we can go to the beach,
party and things like that. So it's a very good balance between social life and work.
ESADE makes you dream,
empowering,
fun,
and innovative.
It's a challenge
and an opportunity.
Hardworking, basically,
but overall it's fun.
So in the previous slide, when I said it's a really great opportunity for international business majors, I mean it's a really great program for international business majors. International students go there, international professors teach there. The courses all have international focuses. Just a great opportunity if you're a business major. And if you're preparing for a study abroad semester early enough, and you can fit 2 semesters of Spanish into your DPCL before going abroad, then ESADE might be a really great program for you to explore more. All right, Melissa, I believe, was it, who asked about music performance. Here we go. So the Grieg Academy is at the University of Bergen, and that's in Bergen, Norway. And here's a nice picture of Bergen, Norway. So this is for jazz or classical performance students only. That's music performance students only. The courses are primarily in music composition and performance, though there are some non-music courses that students can take, kind of in Norwegian culture or humanities or social sciences as well. It is a high caliber music academy at the University of Bergen. There are no foreign language requirements, so you don't need to know any Norwegian. Courses are taught all in English, but you can take Norwegian language courses if you want. I would suggest doing that if you have the room to do it. So the Grieg Academy is named after a pianist and composer, Edvard Grieg, who was born in Bergen. So a lot of local music performance history there. On-campus student housing is available, and Bergen is Norway's second largest city and cultural center. So lots of students in Bergen, lots of student things to do while you're there. Just a really great place for music performance majors. And here's a short video.
Sometimes I feel that Edvard Grieg was walking on the same streets where I'm walking, and of course it's really fun and amazing to feel that feeling. My name is Lala Murshidli. I came from Azerbaijan. I graduated 4 years bachelor in a Baku Music Academy, and now I'm taking a second year on master degree in a Grieg Academy, and I'm very glad that I came to Norway. Every teacher is special and has his own approach to the music and to the how to study and how to play. Teachers here are not so strict, I would say. And sometimes it's really good to have some freedom. And teachers say that you have to find your way, and we can help you. And we will suggest you something, but if you think that it's not good for you, you can choose your way. But you can choose. Yeah, and it's really good. Oh. What?
Lala. Hun veldig, veldig flink. Hun snill. Ja, hun veldig flink student. Hun øver mye. Det liker jeg veldig godt. Mange, mange timer.
I really like our projects in academy. We have sometimes with chamber orchestra or with singers or different conductors. Teachers from abroad are coming and give master classes, and I really like it, and I can take something for me useful from that.
All right, the Grieg Academy, again, only for music performance majors in Bergen, Norway. Melissa, if you're still with us, this would be a really fantastic option to explore. All right, IÉSEG School of Management is our next program to highlight. IÉSEG actually has 2 campuses. One is in Paris, and the other is in Lille, France, which is up on the northern border with Belgium. IÉSEG is for business majors only, unfortunately, and they offer courses in accounting, economics, finance, international business management, marketing, and there is some opportunity to get some of your core credits taken care of at IÉSEG, though more opportunity at the Paris campus than the Lille campus. My understanding is that there's really no difference in course availability at Paris versus Lille. And so pretty much most of what you're going to be wanting to take is available at either place. IÉSEG is a Triple Crown accredited top 10 French business school. I'm told Triple Crown is, highly sought after accreditation and very meaningful in the business school world. 2 semesters of French or equivalent is strongly recommended, though courses are taught in English. They're also taught in French as well. So if you're confident in your French and it's high enough, you can take some of your courses in French. And you can also take French language classes if you wish. So if you have some French foundation, but you're not quite at the level of taking your courses in French, you can brush up in French language courses at IÉSEG. So I mentioned 2 different campus locations. The Paris campus is located in La Défense, which is Europe's biggest business hub. And the Lille campus is located in the center of Lille, of course, which is a very young, student-friendly city. Lots of history and culture in both places. And in fact, both locations are perfect for weekend travel. And here's a short video.
Bachelor in International Business is a 3-year program recognized by the French government and taught in English. It is designed for students interested in management and international business and aims to train future managers who are both responsible and able to initiate change in companies and organizations.
I chose to come to IÉSEG because it's triple accredited, it's a very well-known business school, and because people from my class come from different places.
I love IÉSEG because it's a multicultural environment. There are students from all over the world, and it gives me a unique opportunity to expand my networks.
The bachelor program is highly professionally oriented. and will enable future graduates to join the global marketplace with confidence and solid competitive advantages.
With our campuses in Lille, a very student-friendly town, and in Paris, at the heart of the La Défense business district, you can access the rest of France, big European cities, and the rest of Europe very quickly.
If you're interested in studying in a multicultural environment,
receiving a top quality education and gaining a wide variety of experience,
then the Bachelor of International Business is for you. Join us.
Join us.
IÉSEG is a fairly new exchange for us. We've not yet sent anybody there, and I would love to send somebody soon. So if you're an international business major or just a business major who's looking to take courses in English, IÉSEG is a great option. The next program I want to highlight is not really a program, but a nonprofit organization. It's called ISEP, and ISEP stands for the International Student Exchange Program. What they do is, as a nonprofit partner with Loyola, is basically they offer Loyola students more program options in more locations around the world. So chances are, if you can't find a great program for you that's a Loyola exchange, chances are we can usually find something that works for you through ISEP. So ISEP is a kind of a big thing and different from Loyola exchanges in a couple of key ways. I would go over all of this information with you very in depth in an advising appointment. But for now, what I want you to kind of understand with ISEP is that there are two types of ISEP programs. One is called an ISEP exchange, and the other is called an ISEP direct program. Now with ISEP exchanges, you're gonna pay Loyola tuition, Loyola room, costs, which is the Beaver Buddig double rate, and then Loyola unlimited meal plan rate. And you can also use all of your Loyola financial aid or scholarships as well. So that's what's appealing for a lot of students about the ISEP exchanges. If you contrast that with ISEP direct programs, through an ISEP direct program, you'll pay a program fee instead of Loyola tuition. And because you're not billed Loyola tuition, you can't use your Loyola scholarships or financial aid either. You can only use federal financial aid that you receive. Through an ISEP exchange, your placement in an ISEP exchange is based on a competitive rank and match application. So you can list up to 10 programs on one application and you'll rank them. And so then ISEP tries its best to place you in your highest ranked program, but you don't always get number 1. You don't always get even number 2. Sometimes you may get number 3 or number 4. Depends on a lot of different factors. And unfortunately, I don't have a crystal ball to be able to tell you what exactly those factors are. But we do have, we can strategize a bit in an advising appointment. So contrast the way that you apply to an ISEP exchange program with an ISEP direct program. Because you're paying a program fee, your placement is guaranteed as long as there's space and it's before the deadline and you meet the requirements. So if you want to do an ISEP direct program and you meet all the eligibility requirements, we pretty much assume that you're going to the program that you want. ISEP Exchange offers hundreds of different academic programs in over 50 countries. So like I said, if you can't find what you want in a Loyola exchange, chances are we can find some good matches in ISEP exchanges. And with ISEP direct programs, those are study abroad programs, but they also include intern abroad programs as well. And they offer internships in places like Barcelona, Berlin, Madrid, Paris, probably, several different places. So if you're interested in an internship abroad program, we could also look at some ISEP directs as well. ISEP exchange or direct can depend on your financial aid package. So depending on what you receive, scholarships and financial aid, exchange may be the best costing program for you, or direct may make the most financial sense for you. We look at it in an advising appointment. As I mentioned, you can list up to 10 programs on your ISEP exchange application, and some exchanges can be quite competitive. Usually those are ones in Spain, Latin America, and France as well, the really popular destinations. Here's a quick video from ISEP. So like I said, ISEP exchanges work a lot like Loyola exchanges. There are some fundamental differences. We can explore those more in depth in an advising appointment, but just know more options in more locations for Loyola students through ISEP. No, I don't know why you're doing that. Stop. There we go. Keep in mind, you can submit any questions that you have about specific programs or general study abroad information via the chat window, or you can click raise your hand and we can unmute you. The next program I want to highlight is, I'm not going to try the Spanish, but Javeriana in Bogota, Colombia. This is a really new exchange for us as well. We're sending our very first student to Javeriana this fall. So let's take a look at their academics. They offer a wide variety of courses, including business, humanities, which includes a really great conflict studies program. Melissa, if you're still with us, they offer music composition and performance, theater and performing arts, and also social sciences. I will say that this program is great for music students, but I will also say that this program requires a B1 level of Spanish language proficiency. So that's typically anywhere between 4 and 6 university semesters of Spanish courses. But of course, if you are, a native Spanish speaker, or you're operating at that level outside of your college courses, then that's enough, right? So B1 level of Spanish or equivalent is required for Javeriana. Some courses are taught in English, but most are actually taught in Spanish, which is why that high level of proficiency is required. And Spanish language courses are available, but at an extra cost, unfortunately. Javeriana does facilitate a homestay program for student housing. They don't have dorms or, university-owned apartments. It is a kind of a homestay situation, and I can talk to you more about that if you're interested in an appointment. Students can participate in community development volunteer program in and around the Bogota area. It's a great way to get outside of the campus and see, other parts of Bogota and explore that way. But Bogota itself is a lively city, rich in architecture, history, and culture as well. A really vibrant place to live right now. Here's a quick video, campus tour. So at the end of that video, you'll notice that Bogota is a massive city, but it's also kind of snuggled up against a really green mountain. Lots of chances to do outdoor activities. It is in the Andes mountain range, which means it's pretty high up. So there's an altitude adjustment in store for you if you decide to go to Javeriana. We're getting toward the end of our programs to highlight. The next one I'll talk about is Koç University. This one's in Istanbul, Turkey. Again, another new exchange program for us. We haven't sent anybody here yet. I would love to send somebody. They do offer a wide variety of courses available, including business, humanities, including regional studies and Turkish history, social sciences, STEM, and Turkish language courses. And I did get a question in the chat from Sandrine, and Sandrine says or asks, in a lot of these programs you mentioned social science courses, and that's true, I do, which is kind of a generic, area. Which program or locations would you say is best suited for criminology majors? Lots of ISEP programs do offer criminology, and then I would also kind of suggest some programs in the UK would be good, Birmingham or University of East Anglia, or one of the programs I'm actually going to talk about in a minute, Sandrine. And then we can also look more specifically about what precisely you need for criminology credits, and then we can go from there. I hope that's helpful for you. Let's see, but let me continue with Koç, and then I'll answer Nathaniel's question here. You're welcome, Sandrine. Hope that helped. So let me continue with Koç. The campus of Koç is similar to Loyola in terms of size, support, and community, and I think you'll see it in the video on the next slide. There's no foreign language requirement, so they do speak Turkish in Turkey, obviously, but you don't have to know any of it, at least for your classes and living on campus at Koç. The courses are taught in English, but they do offer Turkish coffee hours, which offer students the chance to practice Turkish in an informal, casual setting with other Turkish and international students. They do offer on-campus dorms and also family homestays to students, so you can kind of choose between dorms or a family homestay if you like. You're not required to do either of those things if you want to coordinate your housing independently. It's important to understand that Koç is about 40 minutes outside of Istanbul by car. It's a pretty easy commute into Istanbul, which is a huge city. And actually it straddles the Straits of Bosphorus. So that means that Istanbul is technically in both Europe and Asia. And that is kind of also reflected in the culture and architecture and art in the city as well. So here's a quick video, and then I will get to Nathaniel's question here.
My name is Emily Litzis. I'm an exchange student from the United States at Koç University, and these are some of my last few days in Istanbul. I remember the day that I got here. I had always wanted to visit Istanbul at some point in my life, and last semester my dream came true. When I arrived, I looked around thinking to myself about what was to come, all the questions I had. What would life be like here? What would the people, the streets, the lifestyle be like? I came to understand that Turkey is nicely situated between Asia and Europe, with influences from both continents in every corner. Even though it's the largest city in the country, it doesn't feel like it. It's made up of lots of smaller neighborhoods with their own cultures. The city is safe. People are very welcoming and friendly. Even though there may be a language barrier at times, people always do their best to communicate with me. Koç University is beautiful. The campus is located in Saadiyet in the midst of a pine forest. I love walking this path to campus and just breathing in the fresh air. The campus was astonishing at first sight, and I immediately felt at home. semester started with an amazing orientation week when I met my mentor and the other students. The international office staff was very helpful. They made sure we were well informed about everything we need to know throughout the semester. I'm very thankful for my mentor for helping me to meet new people and to navigate the school. Do you want to get a coffee? I live on the main campus, and the walk to class is only a few minutes. And there's a cleaning service that comes every day, which you really come to appreciate after a long day. Look at this view.
I'm going to stop the video right here in the interest of time, but as you can see, the Koç campus is actually quite beautiful, as she mentioned, in the midst of a pine forest, so I'm sure it smells amazing as well. And with that, I will move on. We have 2 more programs to highlight, I believe, so we'll get done by 2, I believe. Our next program to highlight is La Ibero in Mexico City, Mexico. And here's a picture of their huge Zocalo in Mexico City. So La Ibero offers a wide variety of courses, including art and design, and I bolded that because it's a really great option for any Loyola art and design students. Their program is great, but they also offer business, humanities, including Latin American studies, social sciences again, and STEM, definitely. I did bold art and design. This program is a great option for design students. There is a 2-semester Spanish or equivalent requirement. So again, if you're starting your study abroad planning early, then you have plenty of time to take those 2 semesters and get them knocked out. Courses are taught in both English and Spanish, meaning either English or Spanish, sorry. And students can take Spanish language courses at La Ibero's Latin American Culture program if they are interested in it. Homestays is the primary housing option for our students. That means you're living with a Mexican family in the university area. La Ibero campus is in the Santa Fe district in the western edge of Mexico City. Sorry for that. And Mexico City is the 11th largest city in the world with 21 million people. So it is gigantic and bigger than New York. I forgot that I was going to answer Nathaniel's question. So let me back up to Nathaniel's question. He says, I mentioned that fees vary for room and board between programs. The University of Bergen question, right? I remember you. Okay. How would I find out specifics on finances for that program? So I'll turn it into a general question. How would you find out specific room and board costs for a specific program? The best way to do that is we have websites for all of these programs, and you can get to those websites through studyabroad.loyola.edu. In fact, I'll just drop it here, studyabroad.loyola.edu. On the program website, you'll find a cost/scholarship tab, and you can just scroll to that tab and see estimated room and board costs. Now, if we want to get much more specific than that, then you'd make an appointment with me. We'd sit down together, and we would even get in contact with the university and figure that out from there. But that's a good place to start, is our website, studyabroad.loyola.edu. Nathaniel, I hope that answered your question. And how do you find out if they accept sophomores? I believe that they don't. I'm 99% sure that they don't, but I will verify to be 100% sure for you. You're welcome, Nathaniel. All right, so back to La Ibero. Here's a quick video, and then we have one more.
I have gained the ultimate knowledge.
I guess you too can gain the ultimate knowledge at La Ibero if you want. Fantastic program in Mexico City. I can't recommend it highly enough. So if you're a design student or you're just interested in Mexican culture or improving your Spanish, let me know and we can take a closer look. Okay, this is the final program that I'm going to highlight today, and it is our brand newest exchange program. In fact, we don't even have a website for it yet. We hope to have this exchange up and running by spring of 2022. This is our first exchange in the city of London, UK. The school is called London Metropolitan, or London Met for short. So they do have two campuses. The Holloway campus is considered the main one. And there they offer business, law, and languages. So that looks like, economics, management, finance, marketing, and communications, and even music business. So if you're a music industry student, there are courses there for you. Computing and digital media, including math, computer science, info systems, human sciences, including biology, chemistry, nutrition, sports sciences, and then social sciences. Sandrine, if you're still with us, criminology, like I told you, London Met is a great program for that. Criminology, international relations, poli-sci, sociology. The Aldgate campus is located in a really amazing neighborhood in East London, kind of near Whitechapel and Shoreditch. And the School of Art and Design is there. And so that'll include subjects like English Lit, creative writing, theater and performing arts, studio arts, visual communications, and graphic design. A fantastic new option for our CMM students. Without a doubt. We're really excited to be able to offer it next year. There is no university owned or affiliated housing, but London Met offers resources to help you arrange your housing independently. The UK, of course, is an island, but there is plenty of opportunity to travel and explore Europe. It's not difficult to get to mainland Europe from the UK. And London is London. I don't know how much I have to sell it, but it's full of history, culture, diversity, and big city excitement. Here's a quick video, and then we'll wrap up.
The next station is
when a man's tired of London, he's tired of life. Samuel Johnson was totally right. And what he didn't say is in this great city, you should always do something you love. Our university is literally in the heart of London. This is my Shoreditch. This is my Islington. This is our London. And those jokers that say they're from these ends. But we know where it's at. We got tall buildings with sweet views and nice walls. We're talking totally immersive, interactive, and collaborative technology. Just another reason to do something you love. So they say size isn't everything. But having one of the biggest teaching super labs in Europe is definitely worth noticing. Sweet. Now it's easy to be teacher's pet when you're doing something you love. I mean, what other university has artists in residence for their students? So if you're going to do something you love at London Met.
Okay, London Met. And with that, I believe we are with that, I believe we are done with part 1 of our Loyola Exchange Program review. So if you're interested, what are some next steps? Well, join us tomorrow to explore the rest of your semester exchange program options. We have a website, studyabroad.loino.edu, for more info about any of these programs that I've talked about today, or to make your first advising appointment. It's never too early to meet with your academic advisor to plan study abroad in your DPCL, even if you're a freshman. Check out the How Connect CIE organization page for upcoming study abroad events or even just international events. And then follow us on Instagram at Loino Abroad. It's true, Loyola students have been all over the world, and now it is your turn. And with that, I am finished. I will stick around for a little bit to answer any questions that you may have, but otherwise, have a great day. I hope to see you.